comedian who will be chopping it up about his brand new event. Let's play the event so you can hear what he'll be doing this coming Sunday while Liverpool play Chelsea and to be celebrating at Wembley. All right? Okay, then let's play it so you can hear it. That is Jimmy's play it so you can hear it. Mr. Nathan Caton, he will be coming live in a moment. All right, it's coming there. It's coming. It's called live TV for a reason. Not live TV. It's called live radio or podcast. If you feel comfortable. Is it lined up? Voices in my head because I try to be professional as I can. I want to play it so people see it and they hear it before I bring the brother on. So if you get an opportunity, just let me know if you got it lined up, and then so people can actually hear what he's coming in to talk about. Right?
Be honest with you, I've been out of work for a little while, okay, so I can't really afford perfume. So a little life hack for you, I just use a can of air freshener. Cheap as chips, made for a rust job, right?
I got 99 problems, but my bed ain't one. You get me? 99 problems, I got 99 problems, but my bed ain't one. You get me?
People often ask me, what's it like to an American school in the Netherlands? And I'm like, well, you know, it was an American school, so we had American things like a football team and cheerleaders, but it was also in Europe, so we had things like books. And no one ever got shot.
Cardigans are peaceful. They're nice clothing, right? Someone angry seriously if they're wearing a cardigan at the same time, you know? Someone had you at knife point, give me your money! But they're wearing a cardigan, you'd be like, no. Been mugged by the M&S crew. Okay. Let me guess, it's not just any knife.
Man in the building, Mr. Nathan Caton. Ladies and gentlemen, here on Extra Time Friday. I think it's his first time. Extra Time Friday. What's going on, sir?
What's going on, you son of a biscuit eater? I saw that clip too. I was like, yo, then you rolled it off like the seamless.
And do you know the funny thing about it? You know he had said that. That's not the first time he has said that.
Oh no, that's in his armor.
That's in his armor, man.
That's his line.
He's son of a biscuit eater.
Yeah.
And say it so camp and casual as well. It's like, how are you supposed to react to that?
You know what I mean? It's like, yo, is there a particular type of biscuit that I'm eating? How about
we trying to say, well, I'm gonna get diabetes. Are you wishing diabetes on me? Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to talk to this young gentleman. I don't know if I should call you a veteran. Would you consider yourself as a veteran in the business?
Sometimes I feel like I am.
How long have you been into comedy now?
It's nearly 20 years, man.
Oh, you're a veteran, man.
Hey, man, I'm trying to cling on to my youth.
So if you're a veteran, I don't know what the hell I am. I don't know what I am.
You're the pioneer. You're the godfather.
Pioneer. Okay, I like that. I like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to Nathan Caton, comedian. What other accolades would you say you put next to your name?
Comedian, writer, professional clown, professional family disappointment.
Would you put acting in there?
I don't. I want to, but I don't know if I've got the experience. See, I might be a veteran in stand-up, but I'm a novice in acting still.
But you've acted before.
Yeah, I've acted, but I don't know if it's enough to be like, yeah, I'm an actor. I mean, if it's on my CV, I'm gonna highlight that. But let's keep it real, me and you. I mean, I'm a comedian trying to do a thing.
Yeah, you know what? When comedians put comedian, actor, writer, and all that kind of stuff, when they say actor next to it, if I was a director, I'd be a proper arsehole because I'm like, it says actor. It says actor. So what have you acted in? And like, don't put me in adverts. Don't be telling me you done Blue Pride cheese advert or Milton cheese.
I did Casualty back in 2009.
Yeah, all the generic. That was in the bill in '87. If you see the way I got caught, though, it was artistic. It was the way the man put the cuffs on me. Look at the facial expression of hurt.
Yeah, you can see the pain in my wrists.
All right, Nathan. I'm
Yeah.
not going to talk about this, but I'm going to my condolences for Saturday, Sunday.
I knew you were going to bring that up, man. All right,
So
let's go there. Go
Nathan, I like Nathan's a Brentford supporter, and I remember the first time I was actually trying to find it by that time. I remember the first time when you got promoted. Your reaction. It was. What would you say is more as a Brentford supporter? Because you're the only one I've come up against who follows Brentford. Yeah, and it's nice.
More of us, yeah. Just to point out.
I know there's more, but to know someone in your circle, to know like you support a team that no one that really watch indirectly. You know what I mean? Now they do because of the Premiership. But on the grind, like we didn't hear about Stormzy and their man there on the come up. You understand what I'm saying? So when it's like it's only since Shut Up, they mean, oh, that guy. Yeah. So as a Brentford supporter, what is more satisfying? The fact that when you got promoted to the Premier, did you win the league that year?
No, we won the playoff final.
The playoff fight. So what is more joyful? The fact that you got promoted, or the fact that you could one day win the FA Cup or win a trophy?
I mean, let's be honest. I'm not looking for us to win a trophy because let's keep it real. The big
Why
six
not?
are the big six here. No, it could happen, but
If
the
Leicester
odds are
can win
against
it,
us. You see, everyone says that now, but how many times does lightning strike in the same place? You know what I mean?
it's going to strike the same place because we're going to win the league this year.
All right, you keep telling yourself that. When City come like, oh, excuse me. No, I would say it was more satisfying to get to the Premier League because I never thought that would happen in my lifetime. I always thought the Championship was like the ceiling, the glass ceiling. So for us to smash that ceiling and get there, and I was there in the stadium, it was like, yo, what the hell? Us, little Brentford. Like, what are we doing here? Like when you're doing a gig and you see an open spot and like, why are you on the bill?
I've seen veterans and like, what are you doing here? Why are you closing?
That's how it felt as a Brentford fan. It's like, yo, what are we actually on this lineup here? All right, cool. Did
you encounter the bandwagon Brentford supporters? So you've been there during the week when you're playing in the what's that name of that cup? It's like the cup where only 3rd division and 4th division play.
Oh, with that, it was Johnson Paint, and then it was like Papa John's trophy. yeah.
Papa John's trophy. The man said Papa John's trophy in that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, all those random shops, like the Screwfix trophy. You know what I mean? Yeah,
the Costco
Express trophy. Yeah, exactly. This is the longest final at Wembley.
So, did you see the people jumping the bandwagon? Because you see that with all teams, innit? All supporters. When they start to do good, all of a sudden that your regular seat, where you were sitting through rain, snow, and sunshine, that you can't get a seat now. You're like, hang on a minute. I was sitting there on a Tuesday in Lincoln against Lincoln. And now you're telling me the same seat is costing me £40.
Listen, don't get me started on the prices, man. Jeez. Brentford, I know. I do a lot of like jokes and like PR stuff for Brentford as well. And no discount, no discount, no free
discount.
I'm like, guys, come on. What have I got to do? Okay. Who have I got to get in bed with?
Pause. Who? Because you're probably the most famous Brentford supporter.
No. There's Natalie Sawyer, Sky Sports presenter. She's on TalkSport now, I think. She's like, I think
like I said, you're the most street level. Don't point out the regular person. Because they got a TalkSport or Sky. I'm talking that who's in the ends, like who's because you're far more sociable, social media presence than her. She might have more followers, but it's only because of corporate. So again, who else out there? You're probably you're probably the impressions for Brentford. For impressions for Tottenham.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I should apologize to Brentford then. I don't know. Maybe so. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I'm known at Brentford as oh, that's comedian Nathan Caton, but I don't think I'm the most famous.
You get recognised when you go there.
Yeah, it happens a fair amount.
Oh, that's nice, man. That's good to know, man. It's good that. I mean, that's the times have changed when a black man can just walk into any football ground and get recognised. Man, it's all right, mate. You have a lot, but you're all right. You can sit in.
Yeah, he's funny. He's one of us.
He's one of us. He's funny. He's funny. You know what? Because you're sitting here, I'm going to curb my racism this week. From at least 90 minutes. Oh, that's hilarious. So, I ain't going to talk about your show. James Tony, Mr. Tony, is he going to stay?
Yeah, Nah. We all know he's going, man. I mean, I'm thankful that he stayed during the January window, because if he hadn't, that would have been disloyal. It's like, bro, come on now. We've been backing you up this whole time, yeah, and he's gonna no. So he stayed. I'm cool with that. He's banging in the goals already. So I was like, okay, in the summertime, bruv, you've kept us up. Go do you, man.
Yeah, he's like a Declan Rice indirectly. You know what I mean? He won in the cup. He left at the right time. Keepers lot up. And I was actually going through his case, the gambling thing. Hey, I was peak, you know. I was like, when I first read it, the storyline, and it was like, why are they? I know there's not even Suarez got that kind of ban. Like, why are they honoring this man there? I was like, typical. You know, I don't even need to support Brentford to know that another black man. Then I started to read the case file. I was like, yeah.
Maybe they got a point, you know.
I was like, look, this guy went in.
Yeah, you're lucky it's only 8 months, isn't it? Jeez.
Yeah. I was like, even my daddy was a gambler. I don't think he had it bad. My dad would be like, mate, I bet on horses and dogs, but this man's an addict, yeah, because they gamble. Even man bet on paying to Dre.
Yeah. But 200 and something cases is like, yo. I mean, how do you get to that point? How does no one say bro, no? How much do you need the money? I'll give you the money if you need. Get partner, Susu, something like that.
Yeah. The cases again. He was up there with Trump.
Yeah.
He was up there with Trump. I was like, I know. Anyway. All right, I did say, because I've got a female following, so I know they're probably locking off right now. Talk about menopause. Anyway, so I played your clip, very short clip of your event this coming Sunday. For the people who don't know or aren't familiar with it, let them know what it is.
So it's an online comedy club. It's called In Your House Comedy, and that's what it is. In your house, basically. Comedy club via Zoom. So just like the lockdown, we're going to party like it's 2020 all over again. You buy a ticket, you get a Zoom link, a link for the whole household. You have to buy a ticket for every single person. Right? As one person. You're not going to Netflix us. You're not going to do a Netflix. No. You can share the link with the people in your house. And then you click on the link, you sit there and you enjoy myself and 3 other comedians doing our stuff, and that's it, man. You get your own drinks, your own snacks in your house. Let's be real, right? We're not condoning this, I don't want this to happen. As you know, when the person pays the link, they're not going to share that link because the link hasn't been shared to them yet. It's not to the last minute. Actual day. Yeah. So, all right, I'm just saying. Listen, we know our people, yeah. Yeah, don't put ideas there, man. I'm trying to go around this pothole. You're just jumping in. Yeah. It's like, I've got good 20 people coming into the link, and then all of a sudden, connect. 4,000. 4,000 people come from. We need to monetize this thing, man. Support the thing. So in-house comedy. What made you? Because it was most comics hated it. What made you bring back in-house comedy in such the kind of style you brought it back? Okay, well, first of all, I personally, I like the Zoom gigs. Now, during lockdown, I got bored. I had nothing to do, so I dived in, and I got really into it. End up enjoying it. It's a different skill set to being in a club, but it's still fun. And then also, like, I feel like there's a market for it because not everyone can get out. You know, people. I'm at an age now where my friends have got families and little kids, so to come out, it's a bit of a trek. You know, they got organized babysitters and all that stuff. So it's like, okay, you can't come out. We'll bring the comedy club to you. So you put the kids to bed, whatever. Stay indoors. Click on the link. Boom. That's your night out indoors. You know, and it's just convenient for people who can't always get out so easily. So yeah, in your house comedy. Get tickets. Jokepit.com. It's only £10.
Jokepit.com.
Jokepit.com. Type in your house in the search bar, and it will come up this Friday.
Tell us
Sorry, this Sunday.
so I can put it on the screen. Tell us again so I can get the producer to put the voice in my head to put it on the screen. So what's it called again?
In Your House Comedy.
Yeah.
Yes, this Sunday, the 25th of February at 8 p.m. Tickets.
Now the link.
Oh, tickets £10 from jokepit.com. JOKEPIT. Jokepit.com. And then just type in Your House in the search bar, and my event will come up.
That's good, man. Now, do you know what? 20 years. Do you ever do a show and you're on the bill and you're like, I don't recognize these new comics. And you got
a lot, man.
Deep,
I know, because you know what? Because I started young, I was so used to being the youngest person on the bill, and now it's got to the point where I'm like, yo, I'm the oldest guy here, you know. What's going on? And they were talking about, you know, like, I don't know, these Gen Z things. I'm like, what's that? Yeah, man. It's you know what? I did a corporate gig maybe last month, and the audience, it's like a little company. The audience were all like in their 20s, right? And I did a joke about the club chocolate, and I said, if you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, and if you saw the silence and how they just stared at me like, what is this man on about? I was like, oh,
wow,
I'm old now.
They wouldn't remember. They would remember a figure. Is it a finger of fudge? It's just enough.
I don't remember that. No.
A finger of fudge is just enough. That was a chocolate advert. Fudge. It was for fudge.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. I don't remember that.
Yeah, commoners used it for a different terminology. It was
yeah, I saw that one coming.
So I remember that. It is weird because like now we've seen the circuit change. Like all these new comics coming on. TV comic is obviously now your social media has a massive impact on comedy now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to continue the conversation, if you want to keep on listening and watching the conversation between myself and Nathan Caton, please come across to Quincy Presents YouTube channel and obviously the Facebook, and we are going to continue the conversation. Right, the tickets are just there. Jokepit.com, www.jokepit.com. In Your House Comedy. Yeah, how do you feel about the social media surgence in comedy now?
As all things, it's a blessing and a curse. There's pros and cons to it. The pros, obviously, like you don't have to wait for the gatekeepers. You can make your own audience, you know, bring them to you. Like there's comedians now who've been going same time as me, if not longer, who are great. And you look at them like, how are you not on TV? How are you not getting the big numbers and stuff? But now on social media, they're doing their thing, putting clips out, whatever, putting the content out. People are coming to them and it's like, okay, cool. You're getting your flowers, finally. But on the flip side, then there's people who are just like putting out crappy clips, never done stand-up, never been in a club, calling themselves comedians. Like, nah, bruv, you're just putting out a little script that anyone's wrote. Like, there's a difference between just doing that and actually being a stand-up comedian. You know what I mean? So, like all things, there's pros and cons. I've learned to embrace it. I'm careful about what I put out. Like, especially like with the stand-up stuff, because you don't want to put out stuff and then like you go to a club to do a gig and they're like, yeah, I saw that on your social media, do something else. It's like, do you know how long it took me to get that material? Like, just
Yeah.
laugh and be grateful.
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah, so I done the Epstein stuff, and I done it live first, and then I put it out because the reactions. I normally do, like, I wait to get the reaction from the audience, and then I'll put it out on social media, the particular clips or whatever. And then I had someone in my TikTok and Instagram, or more TikTok, saying, I heard an American comic do a similar joke. And I was like,
yeah.
If I could reach through this phone.
Yeah, they don't get how comedy works, innit? It's like, yeah.
What do you think about people who do say comics say the same material all the time? What do you think about that?
I'm like, shut up, man. Stay indoors, don't go to a comedy show. Like, okay, we as comics, we hone our material. We say things over and over again to get our set bang on. Like, I don't know, I feel like some people just feel like comedians just walk out on stage and they're just like, say any random thing for 20 minutes. It's like, oh, you just improv it. It's like, no. It's an art form, right? It's a craft. And it's what we do. We're working on our craft. If you heard me say a joke that I said last week, it's because I'm building up my set. I'm working on something. And that's how comedians operate. Doesn't mean that the joke is any less funny. And that's the one thing I'm jealous about. Like, I'm jealous of musicians. They can repeat the same song over and over and over. No one cares. But comedians says a joke just twice, like, boo, mark some new material. Yeah, shut up, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I change my material often, and I think that's probably, looking back now, that's probably been a big deterrent for me, because I talk topical and social issues. I always will give the audience, depending on the vibe, I have just vibed off. You know what I mean? But I know there's comics who've had a set and they executed it amazingly, and they've done that for years. I've seen guys we've seen guys in the circuit who've been doing same material for 20 years.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's Sod's Law. Then you would go on stage and you would do a bit of material. You could just ad lib or something, and then someone will come up to you and say to you, "Oh, I came out. I saw you last time. And you didn't do that bit of material. Have you had that before?"
Yeah. Yeah. Quite a few times, the audience will remind me of jokes. I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot I did that." It's like, "Can you do that bit about so and so?" It's like, "Oh, that's from like 2 years ago. I've moved on from that." And then if I do it, there'll be someone going, "I heard you do that 2 years ago on the show." It's like, yeah, sometimes you just can't win in it.
Yeah, it is around that, because singers get away with murder. They get away with it. You know what I mean?
Singers don't have to sing their own song. They just go, "You know the words." Imagine if we did that. You know the punchline.
I done that when I hosted a show and Janet Kay was on there.
Yeah.
And she didn't sing to the game. She didn't even sing it. Wow. From the tune came on, she just put the mic in the audience. And I remember, I said, "Janet, you're really taking these people's money in it, and just are you miming it? Are you doing it in your head?" It's like, that's the power of the song, isn't it? That's how powerful the song is. You know what I mean? Would you say that coming into the game, who are your people that you were looking at on the circuit in general, not on the circuit, not internationally? Who were the people you were looking at that you said, "Yeah, I'm going to get to that level"?
On the circuit, all right. So I started out on the black circuit mainly. So it was a lot of the black comedians, like, and I'm not blowing smoke, but yourself, Curtis Walker, Slim, which is great to see Slim again, another comedian who's been amazing for ages, and now he's getting that recognition. It's like, I mean, better late than never, but man, it's late. So yeah,
he's been nominated for Club Comic of the Year now, hasn't he?
Yeah, but again, it's like, he's been doing this for ages, man. Where you been?
It's long. Dane Baptiste told me a story one time that when he was doing his sitcom, and he was suggesting comedians, black comics, to the production company.
Yeah,
and he mentioned Slim, I didn't know who he was, and he just literally sold out the Empire the same night twice. I didn't know who he was.
Shame.
And he's like, "What world do you live in?" Like, and then you want to tell us, "Oh no, we tried to look for talent."
You know what I mean?
Where are you looking, bro? Where are you looking?
Which part of Wiltshire or Cornwall were you looking for black comedians?
Yeah. There you go. I remember when you first came out, you were one of the first comics to have like a sketch show on. Was it Paramount Channel? Was it on? What was that called again?
It's called
Paramount.
Yeah, Paramount Comedy. Yeah.
How did that come about?
Just luck. Was in the right place at the right time. I guess as with a lot of things in comedy, it's just timing and like knowing the right people. I did a gig and there was a TV producer in there. She saw me doing I was doing little jokes about my family and stuff. And she's like, you know, your jokes about your family, that would work really well in like sketches and stuff. So I wrote some sketches and then she got a job as, I think, commissioner or something, or head of comedy at Paramount. And she brought me in and she's like, okay, we're going to do this like 30-minute pilot. We'll put it out as a show. And boom. I mean, looking back on it now, I should have said no because it was awful. I hold my hands up.
I didn't see it as awful. I saw it as it was the early stages of a TV show, and you actually defining yourself. And that comes with support as well.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know. It's like when you see yourself doing material. So you see a piece of material that you did years ago, and you look back on it, you're like, that's not funny. It's because you're always growing and evolving, isn't it? So I look back on it now. I'm like, I was too young, too soon. I didn't have the depth of material, and if I did the same thing now, it'll be a totally different show. But obviously at the time I was 21. I'm not going to say no, so I did it. But looking back on it now, like I'm nearly 40 now, I'm like, yeah, probably.
Did you have writers with you on that show, or was it all yourself?
No, I had like input and help from the script editors, but it was just me, just me writing.
Would you say that you've grown since then? What have you learned?
I've learned not to say yes to every single TV opportunity because it's not all good. You know, sometimes you can say no to the money and just have creative development instead. And I've just become a more mature person, more worldly. I'm a grown up. I've got opinions on things other than my grandma giving me beats when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Because that's what I was talking about when I was 20, 21, because that's all I knew. It's just about growing up, living at home. Whereas now I'm a married man in my own yard. And, I've got opinions on the world. I've got more life experiences. Yeah, it's just a natural growth and evolvement as a person and as a comedian.
Live at the Apollo. What did Live at the Apollo do for yourself as a comedian for stature?
It helped me pay for the deposit on my place. That was one good thing. In terms of as a comedian, I mean, it was good to have my CV. I've done Apollo because when I first started, that was the show. It was like, okay, you know what? If I can get on that one day, that'd be amazing. And I got to do it not once but twice. So I was like, okay, cool. It's it's like I haven't made it, but it's good that I'm there. I've got to that point. You know what I mean? So that was great. It was nerve-wracking to do, especially the first time, because like when that sign comes up and just smoke everywhere, and they're like, just walk. So I can't see where I'm going, man. Just walk, and then so then you walk to the smoke, and then like a split second later, there's like just I don't know 3,000 people just staring at you like, come on, what you got? And it felt like doing comedy for the first time all over again. It's like, oh man. But then once you get that first joke out and you hear the laugh, it's like, oh, okay, I know what I'm doing. Cool, let's go.
I haven't had the pleasure of performing at Hammersmith at the Apollo. I've played music there for Felix Dexter.
Oh, go on.
I was a DJ. That's what I did before comedy. And I remember watching Jack D's and all up there and Curtis and all the stuff, and I was like, you know what, I've got to get up there. would you say that the circuit is it's not, as a comedian, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah. There's a lot of like networking, or as my old agent used to say, you got to schmooze, got to press the flesh and network. I was like, well, that's your job, you're an agent. But you got to do all that and politics and all that kind of stuff. It's as with everything. There's politics, and it's not all plain sailing and just like direct routes. There's also detours and people who will get you little shortcuts and all that kind of stuff.
And you know what I find as well, especially with the emergence of social media, I have found it's all about the numbers now. So it's numbers over time.
Yes, definitely. I mean, and I'm not saying that to sound jealous or bitter or anything, but
I am. And I do look at it like it's lazy TV. You're putting someone on purely because of the numbers they've got, and it's like you're not even thinking about the longevity. So when we get the likes of back in the day, before our times, the Bob Monkhouses and the old school comedians, what's the guy who done Bruce Forsyth, those kind of guys, and we're seeing the guy now who's doing Gladiators,
Bradley
Walsh. They've had comedy in their bones for a long duration of time because they're talented of what they do, whether you agree or not. But it's like it's panned out throughout the years. Then you see a comedian get a TV show or get an opportunity because they've got 1 million followers, or they've sold out a couple of venues, and then the TV show ends up being crap, or is not made up to it, and then you don't see him again. And I find that frustrating. I do find that frustrating.
Yeah, it is lazy research or lazy scouting from these TV people, because just because they've got like, I don't know, 1 million followers on TikTok, that doesn't mean that it's going to translate over to TV. Because you can be funny on TikTok. Anyone can like write a script for you, or you can write something funny and put it on TikTok. But to do it on TV or to go on the stage and make strangers laugh who might not necessarily all know you, it's a different thing. It's a different skill. So yeah, there is a lot of laziness going on. They're looking for the quantity over quality. Yeah.
You're a comedian, you don't really curse. That's one thing I recognise, but you don't really curse.
Depends where and when you see me.
Or when I've seen you, you haven't cursed in front of a black audience. You haven't cursed. I don't know if it's because you respect the elders around us, but you're not really a cursor. So would you say that doing TV has helped you go down that road?
What, in terms of not cursing, has helped me on TV? I don't know if it's not cursing on stage. I think you naturally kind of like your brain kind of adapts. Like, okay, you can't say certain words on TV, so I kind of just like filter it out. And I like to think that my jokes can work without swearing. I mean, it can work with swearing, but if I take it out, it'll still be a funny joke. Hopefully, that's what I think.
The circuit is competitive, whether it's black circuit, mainstream. Would you say there's is there two circuits?
Yeah, I think I don't want there to be, because I'm a firm believer. Comedy is comedy, man. Everyone laughs, but there's certain things make other people laugh, and certain things make another crowd laugh. And there are comedians who only do the black circuit, and then like comedians like myself who I haven't necessarily chosen not to do the black circuit, but I feel like that choice has been taken out of my hands.
And I'm glad you said that. This is why you're a professional and do what you do, because I will call out black promoters, and I've had this issue with black promoters, and I'm saying specifically black promoters. I've seen a lot of young black comics who avoid the black shows We started up in the black circuit, avoid the black shows because they don't look at it as the vehicle to get them on TV, and not just that, they don't get booked. And I could hold my hands up. I had to carve out my own career, and I'm still doing it to today. That you have to say, well, you know what I mean, to make our own laugh is brilliant, but our comedy is subjective and it should be across the board. But on the real, and does it make you feel that you do not get booked on as much on the black circuit, on the big black shows? When you see the Wahalas and you see, you know, the comedy warehouses, you know, that you see us lot on the bill. How does that make you feel?
I've never been asked that before. Good question.
Oh, cheers.
There's a part of me that's like, well, you know what? I'm not gonna get like down about it because my diary's still full. You know what I mean? I'm still getting paid. I'm still paying my bills. I'm still busy working. And to be honest, I don't know. And this is me personally speaking. If I'd want to do a show which is just the black audience, I like a mix where there's a bit of everything, so I can go down all sorts of avenues. There's some black shows that, especially that I've done in like when I first started, where I felt like I had to stay down this one street and just give them a certain type of material. Don't deviate. Just give them just little things that that they know and that they want. Whereas with like a mainstream where it's all mixed, you can deviate. You can take detours. You can go on a tangent and go down the next route, and people will still be with you. So sometimes when I see like the black shows and not getting booked, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm still doing my thing. It's fine anyway. Like, am I missing out on that much? Yeah, there's a small part of me though where I'm like, but why aren't I? I mean, I'm black and I'm funny, so why wouldn't I get booked?
And this is the thing, and I would say that you are one of a few who have gone across to TV and been on numerous TV occasions. And I always say this, and it's been said to me, as black people, we are non-monolithic. We all wear click suits. You know what I mean? There are geeky black people. There are masculine black people. There are camp black people. And I think that for someone like you who's done the TV, you've had your show, you are regular appearance on the mainstream circuit. It's always good to come back home and we should be celebrating people like you. And I find sometimes we close ourselves off. I would love to see you on the circuit. You know what I mean? It's only because you've done a couple of my shows, but I'll always book you and people like yourself to come on the circuit. But I've had black comics say and this has hurt me. I've had comics, I won't mention their names, but they've said to me, I don't do black shows because they don't relate to me. And that hurts me.
Oh, okay.
That hurts me. You know what I mean? How they will view, or they've started on our side of the street and they won't come back. And that hurts me. But that hurts me on both sides because I believe people should buy into you. So when you say you can't deviate, look, I do. Everyone knows me. I do my shows. If you see me, I don't change. I'm a Cockney. I don't change. I talk Bajan, but I talk how I talk. And you're going to invest in me. Yeah, you can but they should invest in you. And they say, well, I know Nathan, this is his character. I've come to see you.
Okay.
You know,
but there's a question though. Like, and this is from like when I was doing Black Circuit years ago. There were some shows I did where I felt like there was certain material that they wanted and you had to give them that. Otherwise, they'd be like, no.
Yes, I suppose there is that point, but that's us as comedians. We have to say, well, I'm going to give you my perspective on it.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, then I suppose the universe lets you know this isn't my audience. You know what I mean? We've got to be real. Sometimes black comedy shows are ravers who can't get into the clubs no more. We're talking in front of people who are violent. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We're talking to Roadman. We're making Roadman laugh. That's the bottom line. Because they can't get into the club no more. Yeah, or the comedy club finishes at a specific time, so their tag is not going to go off. That's you know what I mean? Look, we've got 10 minutes left. Yeah, I just want to ask you this. So, like I said, the circuit is competitive, and like I said, we embrace both of it. What do you think of the current situation with black comedians in America going at it now, like 90s beef rappers? It's like East Coast and West Coast.
Mate, it's like Tupac and Biggie, 50 and Jar. Okay, are you asking me as a comedian or as a neutral?
Both.
Okay, as a comedian, it was shocking because you don't really see beef like that, like in the comedy world. There might be like squabbles backstage in the green room, but nothing ever goes deep and doesn't go public like that. So I was like, wow. And also, as a black comedian, I was like, we should be holding each other up because we're already fighting an uphill battle, whether it be in the UK, in the US, or here in the UK. So we're stronger in numbers, you know. I think they interviewed Dave Chappelle after it happened, and he said, why would Cat Williams is a great comedian, he said, but why would Cat Williams paint such an awful picture of our circuit, or of our community? So as a black comedian, I was like, wow. But as a neutral, I was like, this is entertaining. And if someone's going to call you out and someone's calling bull on your name, then you have the right to defend yourself and call it out and be like, no, that didn't happen.
I disagreed with Dave Chappelle when he said, why is he painting our circuit in such a bad light? Because, like I said, like you just mentioned, if a comedian is calling out your name, and there's been injustices done to you, I suppose there's ways you deliver it, especially if it's been personal. There's ways you deliver it, and I think that I looked at that now, looking at the whole Club Shay Shay and Shannon Sharp interview. It was very much Cat expressing himself, and he did only call out things which were brought up about him. So he wasn't doing like and me back in the day, and I did find it sad, but where it's going now. So have you heard the newest beef between two comedians? Have you heard the beef between Corey Holcomb and Darnell Rollins?
No. What?
Voice in my head. Put it up there, please. Voice in my head. If you get a chance to see it. So Darnell Rollins and Corey Holcomb, they was at Laugh Factory in Los Angeles. Basically what happened was Darnell Rollins was performing, and Corey Holcomb was basically what was doing. He was in the vicinity, and he wasn't booked, but he was on stage. And Darnell Rollins done his thing. He allegedly he done well. All of a sudden, bomb, and then and Corey Holcomb just literally went on stage and started to do his thing, but he was cussing. There you go. He was cussing the comics, and he was cussing Darnell. He cussed Dave Chappelle. He said Dave Chappelle isn't funny. He normally dies when he does his warm-up sets, but not understanding. And one of the things Darnell said, which I did find kind of fascinating, he says that a lot of the comedians now are they're using clout over comedy. And then you're finding that so these are two great comedians. These are two comedians I've got nothing but love for and admiration. Corey Holcomb's come over here. But the way they're talking, it's like you're going to get outside people. As we know in any beef, it's not the people who have the beef now, it's the outsiders.
Yeah. Right, the comedy groups. I mean, was Corey, was he drunk? I don't know the backstory. Was he drunk or anything?
No, he wasn't drunk. It was Corey. Corey hits on people. He snaps on people. Sorry, he cusses people. You know, he's cussed Monique. He has cussed Jess Hilarious. You know what I mean? That's his style. You know what I mean? He calls people out on his rhetoric, and I just find myself okay. Like Dear Uli says, at what point there is jokes? Where does the jokes? When does the jokes happen? Because it is literally a slagging match. So can you ever see that happening on our side of the street?
What is in that comedy beef?
Yeah, can you see like have you heard in your time there's been beef between comedy? Don't mention no names. But have you heard?
I've heard of like scuffles like backstage in the green room, but I don't think it's ever gone like like proper beef. I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure how much beef it could be because let's be honest, a lot of the white mainstream media can't tell us apart anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, who was mistaken as? I mean, that was it's terrible. No, let me just play it before we go. Let me just play it, and then so you can see the altercation between Darnell Rollins and Corey Holcomb. This was a TMZ version, and it's like for me, it's like Corey Holcomb's on stage and he's not even telling jokes. It's like Darnell's in the audience. You just hear it here.
You mild sauce, my nigga, mild. M-I-L-D. You catch up. You ain't hot sauce. Nobody agree? So I'm wrong. Okay, I can be wrong. I'm talking about, but we at the what is this called? This is the Laugh Factory. We was at the Savoy, you wouldn't be able to be up here that long. The niggas be like, get your whole ass down, nigga.
I came up in the hardest rooms in Brooklyn.
And you
ain't never with them
You
rooms.
just yelling. Calm
Because
down.
I don't have a mic. I can talk to you straight up. You want to talk about it? You saying I'm mild. You saying I ain't come through the streets or the gutters is straight bull. And if you want to ask somebody, ask the mother that you know what I do. Ask them. Okay, all right. Listen. This be fair. Fair conversation.
Larry, way to go.
No. Let's be fair. Let's be fair and real. You say you keep it 100. Know how I get down.
How?
32. I rip.
You rip mics?
I rip. You ask any ever see me bomb. Anybody. And you ask anybody that don't know me, I keep it gangster.
I don't say you.
No, you trying to say I'm a bum. I ain't no bum.
No, I ain't say
And that
you
saw.
Your is mild.
Let's leave that there.
No, I'm saying it's mild. You know
Okay.
what?
You know what? You know what you're doing now?
This is so crazy. I'm like, is this real? Like, are they just doing? It's like a massive acting scene, and backstage, like, yo, they fell for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a hood version of the scene with Heat with De Niro and Al Pacino in the restaurant. It was I ripped it. I'm like the roles like.
You know what?
Like,
I was expecting the guy to go, "You son of a biscuit eater."
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Look, I think the next time if we're on the stage together, you know, I think we should reenact that. And just call me a son of a biscuit eater. Quincy, I see you doing these black shots. I'm not on it. You son of a biscuit eater. And I'll shout back at you. Yeah? What kind of biscuit? If you call me digestive, it's on blood.
If you call me a Jaffa cake, it's not a biscuit, it's a cake.
It's a cake. Listen, Dave, let people know where they can see you, contact you, Instagram, social media.
Yeah, I'm on the socials. Instagram at Nathan.Caton, Caton. TikTok, Nathan Caton Comedian. Facebook is Nathan Caton. Then we've got the show this Sunday, 25th, 8 p.m. in Your House Comedy. Tickets on jokepit.com.
All right. Nath, it's been a pleasure, man. I'll be in touch. I wish you all the success for this coming Sunday and the future. You take care of yourself, all right?
Cheers, bro. Take care, man.
Respect. All right, bye. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Nathan Caton, comedian extraordinaire. On the other side,